This is Two Takes, One Marriage.
I'm Jonah.
And I'm Susan.
We'll be talking about whatever is on our minds.
The random thoughts, the funny stuff, and the conversations that probably didn't need microphones. Real love, real life,
really funny.
Welcome back. How you doing, babe?
I'm good. We gotta
Take two.
We gotta redo this for you guys. Last night we recorded a full episode. We found out our audio device was plugged in after she put in the input so it was using the computer speakers or the computer microphone, and it did not pick up any audio. So you would have just been staring. If you watched the YouTube, you would have just been staring at us.
Oh, and the audio, there would be nothing. You would just be listening to silent.
Yeah.
And have
After
no
the intro.
idea. Yep.
So.
Yep. After our intro, you would have just been.
We had a very good episode cooked up for you that we're going to repeat for you today.
So for us, it's going to be, we're redoing it, we're rehearing it. For you, this will be the first time. So if Jonah doesn't act as like surprised or astounded, I guess, at
I
things.
know what the
it's because he's already heard it. So, all right, you go first, sir.
Well,
it's Braves update. You got to do it all over again.
So it's a bit frustrating watching my team right now. Well, our team, but we got the big win this past weekend against Milwaukee. We were at the game Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
Yep. It was fun.
Susan got to see both her teams.
Yeah, I always like seeing both my teams.
Yeah.
However, I like the Brewers to win at least one game, and I like it to be the one that I go to.
Yeah.
Because I don't get to see them that often.
Obviously.
So I like to be able to see them win in person. It's fun. We did last year, and I got to see them win.
No.
But unfortunately, this go around, we could have won, but then luck was not on our side towards the ending of the innings, and so the Braves won. But the Braves kind of did need that win because they'd been on a losing slump a little bit.
Yeah, we were on a 4-game losing streak, or we were on a 3-game losing streak. We had not yet been on a 4-game losing streak, so we won that.
Yeah.
And then last night we had our first start to a 4-game losing streak, and we got swept for the first time this year. So now the Dodgers are the only other team that have not been swept in a single series this year. But I don't ever want to see Petco Park again because we've lost the last 9 games there. And I just don't know. It's like all the starting pitchers we put up there, they always have one bad inning and then they just dial in after that. It's like, why can't we just stay consistent and stop letting them go up?
Because there's only so many throws you can do.
I know. No,
by the time, like.
I know, but a lot of it's been like the second inning.
Yeah.
But there's a little.
I think it's one specific person.
It was uncharacteristic for Perez last night. I guess he got hit on the leg before I turned the game on because we were recording when the game first started and I didn't see that play. But then after that, he started walking a lot of guys and then they eventually got in. We have got to stop swinging for the fence when we got a guy on third base. Why can't we just get a freaking base hit? All I do is see them hit. Even if we got a guy on second base, we got a guy come up after him and he hits it straight to the center fielder. It's like we keep hitting it to a warning track. I don't even want a home run to see home runs that bad. I want them to start driving people in. We've had bases loaded multiple times in the past like 13 games and we keep doing nothing with it. Unless Mauricio DeBond's at bat when the bases are loaded. He can clear the bases. But Matt Olson is completely gone ice cold. I mean, last night he had a couple hits, but it was never when someone was on base. Austin Riley in the last 2-3 series has seemed to see the ball a little better. He's not swinging at everything. Drake Baldwin, I don't know what happened to his eyes, but it's like that oblique strain made him go blind and he's swinging at every ball in the dirt.
I think it was because he was such a dominant hitter when he first started the season, and he
Yeah,
was like, I think it might have been a little bit of cockiness trying to come back and get that back.
yeah,
So he's swinging at anything that he thinks he can hit
yeah,
that's gonna be good and get him back into that streak of like
yeah. He just gets himself an 0-2 so quick in the at bats that he is forced to swing at a pitch that's gonna be
a ground out.
ground out. I mean, like, he was getting some good contact last night. He wasn't striking out as much, but,
Yeah. Well, I mean, he
um,
was out for what, 2 months?
he was out for a month.
A month.
Yeah.
And I mean, not to say that it's like easy to forget, but also it might take a
Yeah.
few games, but I mean, he's been in a few games. I think he's been in what,
He's
5?
he's 1 for 29 since coming back after hitting that home run. His first at bat after coming back from his injury, he hit a home run, and then since then, he is 1 for 29.
Yeah, I think it's just he's trying
Yeah.
to get it because he thinks he can
Yeah. I don't
because
know.
he was doing it so
I
often.
hope our offense figures it out. I mean, we're gonna have to AA's gonna have to make some deals. There's a lot of talk of us getting Scooble from the Tigers, but the AA's never gone for a big play like that. So, but Ronaldo Lopez is coming out of the bullpen and he's gonna be starting. He's gonna be having to start on Friday when we start the Giants. Hopefully, we can come back and beat the Giants because they beat us in the series at home last week. So hopefully, we can take them down now that we're in San Francisco. So that, um, yeah, and I think AJ Smith-Shawver is starting his first rehab game tomorrow, and then I think we'll probably see Herschel Waldrop back within a week. They just want to get him one more rehab start. So hopefully that can add some depth to our rotation. That's been abysmal
Yeah.
the past few weeks, and yeah. Oh, and Joey Bart hit a home run last night, and then Kenley's like, "Oh, here you can have 3 more runs." So I'm just done seeing the Padres, and I don't ever want to play in their stadium again. So
Yeah, you will do it next
I
year.
know they're gonna do it next year, and they're probably gonna lose more games there. So
Are the Padres that good though?
their offense is really struggling this year. They did have a really good bullpen, and yeah. So their offense is just they probably have one of the best closers in the game right now in Mason Miller.
Hmm. Okay.
But
Any other sports you wanna
oh yeah, and I
talk about?
mentioned the World Cup last night. Susan talked about her passionate hate for soccer.
I don't hate
No, she.
I
I'm
don't
just messing.
hate
She
soccer.
doesn't hate it. It's just not her cup of tea, is what
No,
she describes it.
it's
And
not my
I'm not always that big into soccer, like
it's not
some of
my
my friends
sport.
are, but I do have a love for sports, and I have a love for my country, so I'm gonna root on my country in any sport. And the U.S. has had their best start since 1930 in the World Cup. They won the first 2 games of the World Cup, so they're
And
moving on to the round of 32.
yep, and if they win that, what do they do?
Oh, and then we're most likely gonna play England on the 4th of July in Philadelphia,
Potentially.
potentially. Yeah.
That's if both team wins and make it to the designated spot.
Yeah.
But that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And it's on 4th of July. So
On the
we'll be
250
fighting
year.
for our independence again in
Yeah.
soccer.
Yeah. I saw a video of a guy saying, so if the US wins, that means that England has to start calling it soccer.
What?
Because you know how everywhere else in the world is called football?
Yeah. So if
So
England wins,
if the US wins, they gotta start calling it soccer.
oh, everyone else has to.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm fine with that.
I don't know. We also made a joke about last night about American football being called football. And I
Because
said they should
technically
call it pigskin because that's what they started out playing it with. And
no.
Susan,
I was big against that. But I just don't know why we didn't give football a different name since soccer was kind of
yeah, it's
already
been around for a long
called
time.
football,
Yeah.
especially because like what did we call it before? Like we called it soccer, we called it football just like everybody else. So
I don't
when
know.
picking a new game
I'll have
of
to look up in the
football,
history about that.
like I don't know. I just think that if we would have just picked a different name for football than football, we would still be calling soccer football.
Yeah.
But like maybe why
Maybe
maybe
and then
handball, maybe what's a
no,
good
there's an actual game of handball.
what's that?
Um, my one of my uncles is actually a really talented handball player. He was like in the junior Olympics when he was a teenager.
Yeah, okay, so what is handball?
So handball's like um kind of like you have goals like soccer, but yeah, it's
Mhm.
like you can't. I don't remember all the rules to it, but you can't really run around when you have the ball. You have like a certain amount of steps that you can take to like.
So it's like freeze frisbee.
It's kind of like frisbee with a ball, and you're trying to score into a net, and there's a goalie.
Okay,
So
got it. So then what would you call football instead?
I don't know.
Like because soccer being football makes sense. You cannot touch it with your hands.
Yeah, I know. I honestly don't know. Maybe that's why they call it American football because that was the best thing they can come up.
Yeah,
Or maybe they
maybe.
call it like blitz or something. Let's go play some blitz.
No.
Hey, we're gonna go play and we're gonna go play some backyard blitz. You guys want
What is it called? Tag what? What's it?
freeze tag?
Freeze tag, yeah. Freeze tag is very similar to football.
What?
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You know the no, there's the game where you would have to clip the belt with
Flag football?
yeah, but we called it something else when I was younger. I can't remember because you had to once you got grabbed, you had to freeze.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Well,
They had a football in it though.
no, I don't think so. That's
Didn't have
why
a ball at all.
I don't think so.
There was one person that was it, and you had to run around and freeze everyone before they got.
No, no, it was something different.
Uh,
I don't know because we did that instead of like there was something that we were objectively trying to get to the other side, but
oh, like sharks and minnows or bulldog.
maybe that sounds a little bit more familiar. Maybe. I don't know.
Sharks and
But
minnows is something you play in the pool where like one person was it, and you try to get to the other side and not get tagged. And if you got tagged, you kept adding to the person that was it, till it was the last person standing.
no, you were running and then you yanked their tag and then they froze and then they were out. You did the next round. I don't know. Maybe it was just something that they made up.
No, I think
That
there's
was a made
different
up game.
versions of it. So like you run back and forth and then if your flag was pulled, you'd be out. But the same you don't join the person that's tagging people. That's ripping the flag.
No, it's one team versus another team.
Oh, capture the flag?
Maybe.
Like you're trying to capture the flag, and if you get tagged, you have to go back to your side, or you're in jail, and then your team has to come get you out of jail.
Yeah, but it had the belt,
Yeah,
so we wouldn't tackle.
yeah.
And yeah.
Capture the flag.
Yeah, okay. There we go. Maybe that was it.
Where did that come from?
Well, I just remember teams going at each other, and so I was like
So
trying to
football is going to be called capture the touchdown now.
be too
That's
bad.
a big name for a sport, like a sport though. Capture the touchdown.
Touchdown capture, or you could just call it touchdown.
Yeah. Touchdown blitz.
Touchdown
Spike.
blitz. I don't know.
No, spike would probably be more like volleyball.
Flag touchdown, touchdown flag, something like that. I don't know.
No, because flags are only in flag football.
Okay, fine. But no.
Anyways, we are getting into our actual topic now.
Yes.
After that tangent, we went on some tangents yesterday too. So
Yeah, and we were talking, and we were like, we won't tangent as much, so it'll be a shorter entry. But turns out not the
it's
case.
been longer than yesterday's entry was.
Okay, Today, we're talking about one of Georgia's most talked about places, Lake Lanier. It's been called cursed, haunted, dangerous, and misunderstood. So, what actually is Lake Lanier? So, I'm going to give you a history.
No history.
And the reason that we decided to do this topic was because we're actually
Talking about it.
discussing it with family on
Family
Father's
on
Day.
Father's Day this past Sunday.
Yeah. So, I'm going to give you the history. So, Lake Lanier is a man made reservoir in North Georgia. It was created by the construction of Buford Dam on the Chattahoochee River. Construction began in 1950. The dam was completed in 1956 by the United States Army Corps of Engineers. As the dam was completed, water began filling the valleys and low lying areas, creating Lake Lanier. The lake officially opened in 1957. The primary purposes were flood control, hydroelectric power generation, water supply for Metro Atlanta, and navigation and recreation. So, there is a bit of a story that people like to say about how there are towns under Lake Lanier. So, there were communities that were flooded. They required to, but the federal government purchased and condemned thousands of acres of land. So the government did go in there and kind of pay some people to move. How much would you take?
Well, trying to talk about this
They don't know. So
back then. Well, I said I
he said
originally
if
said
it was
millions.
back
It'd take
then,
me
so it would have been like
millions.
about 1940s,
Yeah.
1940,
So
45 when they were getting people out.
in between the world wars. But I would said it would take millions. Then I realized, oh wait, this was back like
This was
three
further
quarters
back
of a century away, or
when
a century ago.
when
So.
a million now could have been only 10,000 then, depending.
Yeah.
I mean, we can see how much. Let's see. How much was 1 million in, or no, let's do 10,000. Okay, so you need a couple thousand. You need a couple 10,000s. 10,000 in 1940 is equivalent in purchasing power to about $237,871 today.
So if they offered 10,000
So you
back
would
then,
need.
it would have been worth 200,000 today.
So if you said you would want millions today, you would probably need 50,000 back in the 1940s.
Yeah.
That's 1.1 mil.
Excuse me. Yeah.
So that's how much Jonah would move. I said I would move either way. But it also depends because back then you had family homes, like they
Yeah.
were the homes in which, you were maybe born in or
Passed
were
down.
passed down to you. So it would have been a little bit harder back then because we don't pass down things as we used to.
Yeah.
We pass down stories, we pass down pictures and collective items, but we don't always
If
pass
it
down
was
properties.
family history, historic land, then it would take a lot of money for me to move out.
More than 1,000 or more than 1,000,000, sorry.
Yeah.
More than 1,000,000. So
Yeah.
it's very crazy.
But like if we just like bought a house there, like since we had been like married and stuff like that,
And they asked us to move, then we
we
would.
would definitely take money
Yeah,
for it. But
I would say we'd have to take double what we paid.
yeah, that would be a
That's what I
fair.
said. Is we take double what we paid.
Yeah.
So that way we can get basically the same value of the house and then the rest of it we could put.
Yeah. So they flooded and created Lake Lanier.
Yep.
And it's how big?
It's
One of the
more
biggest
than
lakes in Georgia.
50,000 acres of lands were flooded, and hundreds of families were displaced. Entire communities, farms, business roads, and bridges disappeared beneath the water. Approximately 20 cemeteries had to be relocated, although some graves reportedly remained in place. And the town was called Oscarville. It was a thriving black farming community in the early 1900s. Following allegations against black residents in 1912, racial violence and intimidation erupted in Forsyth County. As a result, many black residents were forcibly driven from their homes and the county. This um, episode is now recognized as a significant example of racial explosion in Georgia's history. While only portions of the former community were later went under by Lake Lanier, the tragic history has become intertwined with modern folklore about the lake. So,
There's some ghost stories.
yeah, as of today, it covers 38,000 acres.
One of the biggest lakes in Georgia, I think.
Yep. And it has nearly 700 miles of shoreline. It serves as a major source of drinking water for millions of people in the Atlanta area.
Boom.
Is one of Georgia's most popular destinations for boating, fishing, swimming, and camping.
I don't think a lot of people are doing that right now because I think there's an algae problem up there.
Well, also, I could have sworn like there's parts of Lake Lanier that you're not allowed to swim in.
There could be.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a big lake,
It
so
didn't tell me any of that. So
I did some houses when I used to do pest control. Sorry, small little tangent. Some lake houses I got to clean around them. Those things were loaded in spider webs. Anyways,
well, yeah.
back to
Yeah, they're going to because they're only summer homes.
yep. Well, and also they're by water, so more bugs for spiders too.
Ugh. No spiders here. Thank you very much. All right, are you ready for some ghost stories?
Yeah, hit me.
Okay, so the first one we have is the Lady of the Lake. This is the most famous Lake Lanier legend. In 1958, two young women, Delilah Mae Parker Young and Susie Roberts, disappeared after a night out. Months later, a woman's body was discovered in the lake, but it wasn't identified for years. Local legend says people have seen a woman wandering near the bridge wearing a blue dress, often missing her hands or appearing distressed. People claim to have seen her walking along bridges near the lake, standing on the shoreline at night, vanishing suddenly when approached. It gave me a different version this time than yesterday.
Wow.
Because yesterday it said that Susie Roberts, she was discovered, but the car and Delilah were still not found, and then they were eventually found. Like they were doing construction, or they were digging somewhere,
Yeah.
and they found the car and the body smirched. But yeah, no, it this one gave me a different one, a little shorter one. So do you think that ghosts can remain tied to the places where they died
I think
and
there's a
like haunt?
possibility. I don't know about haunting, but I think you can feel people's energy probably in certain places.
Yeah. Do you think that you would ever stop if you saw someone like
No.
walking on the shoreline?
No, that would be creepy.
That'd be creepy.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So as we talked about the Oscarville, so people believe that because the community was flooded, some believe that the tragic history contributes to the lake's eerie atmosphere. Visitors have reported hearing unexplained voices, feeling sudden cold spots, experiencing a sense of sadness or heaviness because of the violence, them having to be forced out of their home. Because in 1912 they were forced out of their home.
Just haunted
But
towns.
yeah, like the town underneath, because again, not all of it was demolished, only some of it was.
Yeah, and this I really don't. I just think it's people trying to
Trying to.
get a rise out of people.
Okay. Now, this is one that he did not hear yesterday. It was merged in with a different thing, so he did not hear the next two. The first two, yeah, we talked about those yesterday, but they were longer, and then we had two more that were kind of a combination of the next two.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the phantom church bells.
Phantom church bells.
So when the lake was filled, entire churches and cemeteries were submerged. Some boaters and fishermen claim that on quiet nights they have heard church bells ringing underwater, hymns or singing in the distance,
Yeah, this
sounds
is
of people talking when no one is nearby. There is no evidence these sounds are supernatural, but the stories continue to circulate among locals.
like something you'd see, like something like a Scooby Doo episode. Like, come on,
No, it wouldn't be a Scooby Doo episode. It'd be like
on a lake
it would like be
in a town.
it would be a supernatural episode.
Yeah, but Scooby Doo. Well, I mean, I guess
Scooby Doo was
they always
cartoon
prove
and they always prove it.
that it's someone.
But like this is a legend, and so supernatural would be more of the TV show because it's
Mm,
also real life. Like it's more realistic.
got you.
Scooby Doo's a cartoonish, so it has to be more kid friendly. This
Yeah,
seems more like this is something that you would see. It would start off with someone in a boat on the lake hearing
yeah,
under the water, and he's looking into the water, and then a ghost pulls him under. And then they would go out and see what it was all about.
yeah.
That's what I think it sounds like. Make a good episode. So number 4 is the underwater hands. Many swimmers and divers have shared stories of feeling something grab or touch them beneath the surface. Some describe feeling hands pulling at their legs, being touched when no one else was nearby, and a sudden sensation of being watched underwater.
Yeah, I'm still not buying it.
Still not buying it. That would creep me out though.
Yeah.
If I felt someone wrap their hand around my ankle, I'm kicking as soon as possible because
What? That's
seem
like something I'm gonna be doing at the beach.
that seems like too many potentials. I don't want that. Like, I've seen way too many crime shows, listened to way too many
Murder mysteries.
yeah, read too many like
She reads books about serial killers.
that's when they drag you under. And mm-mm. I'll just kick and take my chances. But also, I don't know. It's just scary.
Yeah.
People be scary. Lake Lanier has gained a reputation as one of America's most haunted lakes, with the stories of strange occurrences and unexplained experiences shared by the visitors that arrive. So there are still underwater hazards, including, trees, structures, roads, debris left from when it was filled. So, you've got to be careful when swimming. And, um, you know, you've got people who are on the lake that are
Typical.
drinking. And
Very
so there
typical
have
Southern
been,
thing.
so a lot of people think that the lake is cursed because there have been a lot of deaths at Lake Lanier due to drownings, accidents. So what do you think? Do you think that the
I don't
lake
think
is
there's
cursed?
anything extra behind it. I just think that there's a lot of stupid rednecks.
So do you think that well, it could be people from out of state
Yeah.
that died. Do you think that they're haunting it?
No.
No, you don't. I think they have a chance of haunting it more than the people from previous. Because if no one was around when they started filling up the lake,
Yeah.
you know, if it was all cleared out, the cemeteries, I feel like the city would have been haunted, and because the city wasn't haunted, makes me feel like the cemeteries were fine. Those ghosts I don't think are going to be haunting you, but I think the ghosts that could potentially like that car accident that happened. The lady went off the road, the lady of the lake. Like that one, people that have accidents like that, I can see them haunting it because, maybe there was unfinished business, or maybe it was actually a murder and you don't know, and it was called accidental. And they didn't move on to the afterlife or whatever.
Yeah. But things should be fudged up. I mean, because you saw all those things that people were blaming COVID deaths on. When it was a car accident, they just blamed COVID
Yeah, I know.
back in COVID times. So
That's what I'm telling
things should
you.
be telephoned.
That's what I'm telling you. Then and they want revenge or they want they want justice for their death. I don't know.
So Susan's gonna haunt people when she dies. You
Why?
heard it here first.
Are you gonna murder me?
No,
I
I'm
said if
just
I'm
saying.
murdered.
Oh, yeah, I
I
guess
was
that would be a reason why
that's
people
what
stay.
that's what I said is if their accident wasn't actually an accident.
Yeah,
That's what I was saying. Did you think I was talking just in general that they're gonna
no, I was just being. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, no, I think if anything, it's the recent deaths that haunt Lake Lanier, if anything. But you won't catch me there. I've never gone. I've never gone to Lake Lanier.
It's not a bad lake. I did some camping there when I was little.
Did you see anything?
I don't remember seeing anything. I was a little kid.
You don't remember if you heard any ghosts? Anyone walking around you in the woods?
No,
No? Were you on the shoreline or were you
I don't remember.
maybe there actually is something and you just don't remember.
Think that there is, but
Okay. Well, there we go. All right. Well,
that's all we have for today,
that's all we
folks.
have. We talked about some other Georgia history that we might do.
But yeah, we got confused because no, not
Well,
really confused. She was talking about one
I was
thing, and then
talking
I
about
thought she was
this.
talking about something more recent, and then I said the exact same thing that she was talking about,
Yeah, because
which happened there back in the Civil
I
War.
was talking about the burning of Atlanta, like
Yeah,
when this guy
General Sherman or whatever.
Sherman
Yeah,
something, and so I called him this Sherman guy was burning, and so I've always been interested in that kind
yeah,
of story, and um he was like, oh yeah, there used to be this guy, General. I was like, that's the dude, that's the guy.
yeah. All I heard was Sherman guy. I didn't realize that she was talking about General Sherman.
Yeah, and he
So
was like, let me just burn down Atlanta. I think that's interesting because
yeah,
some of the places that are it's North Georgia. Like most of Georgia was potentially affected, so there are places here that we can go see that were during that time, and I think that's really cool, and that might be something that we do. So, but in a later time.
yeah. We'll
All
have
right.
future episodes on it. Do some history,
Yeah.
some Georgia history, more Georgia history.
Mhm.
So
All right. Well, we'll see you next time.
yeah, have a good week.
Bye.